It's in the name.
Welcome into the Helping Healing Humor with Ben and Travis podcast live today. And we're going to talk a little bit about video games, football.
Important things, right?
The important things. That's what we're going to keep the number one things. Of course, we are jesting. Is that the proper way to use that term?
Surely
jesting. Surely we are jesting, and we are. But we'll talk a little bit about that just in a minute. We got to pause for
station identification.
This is the Faulkner University podcast, sponsored podcast. We'll talk about football video games right after these important messages. This episode of the Helping Healing Humor with Ben and Travis podcast is presented by Faulkner University. Faulkner University is a private Christian liberal arts university based in Montgomery, Alabama, with a mission to provide an education anchored by not only intellect, but also character and service. The Faulkner experience aims to educate the whole person. Every individual matters every day. We all want to become better versions of ourselves. No one wants to remain trapped where they are because of missed opportunities and unrealized dreams. At Faulkner University, we believe your dreams don't have an expiration date. We understand that you're looking for more than a degree. You want to find your niche and thrive in your career. Whether you're a high school senior just beginning your trek or an adult student looking for a better path, Faulkner is here to help guide your journey. Go to faulkner.edu to apply or get more info. That's faulkner.edu. Of course, Ben, we want everybody to go check out TravisLovesHaiti.com. We're still marching for our 12 for 12 new churches. And of course, you can donate $5 and that will get a Bible in the Haitian language to someone there in Haiti. And so help us out. Go to TravisLovesHaiti.com and check that out and see all the ways that you can help us out in our drive 12 for 12. Hayes, we're here. We're just under 2 hours from the release of College Football 25, the first college football game from EA Sports, at least, since 2014. Nice. In fact, I took my Xbox along with 2014, and I left it at my mom's house yesterday. So I'm like all the memes about college football, and everybody's so excited. That's pretty much me. Yeah. And I didn't bury it in the backyard like one of the memes says, but it is at my mom's house waiting to be picked back up. I took the 2-lane green wave that I had built back. You were the quarterback. Blake Coleman, resident Barner, was our running back.
For 2-lane.
And Will Mahan, tight end. Bradley Dupree, middle linebacker. And of course, I was number 83, wide receiver. And we broke Ohio State's heart yet again in the national championship overtime. Of course, being a Bammer, I missed a field goal to end the game, so we went to overtime. But we did win. We did win. Blake Coleman came up short of his third straight Heisman Trophy. But he is coming back for his senior year. We've all committed to coming back to our senior year whenever I get back to 2014, which may not be ever. But my hand did go first round.
Nice.
In the NFL. Nonetheless, like I said, kind of a humor episode as we get going. And
But really a big shaping thing in our lives, because we have spent a lot of time in the backyard playing football, but we also were some of that first generation of people playing video games. I mean, I know there was some people before us playing Ataris. I don't think there was ever really any football games much on Atari. I might be wrong. There might have been
somebody out there's like
at some point.
Man!
Yeah. So don't hold me against it. I didn't have an Atari. Well, we did have one, but I didn't play it very much. We had Nintendo. Of course, if we're just going to get historical here, one of the greatest football games of all time was on the Nintendo.
Yeah, Tecmo Bowl was money.
Especially if you were Bo Jackson.
Yeah, Bo Jackson's legend has been kept alive by Tecmo Bowl. Actually, on this computer that we're recording, I have a version of Tecmo Bowl that you can update with the brand new rosters. Actually, I can plug the old controllers in and still play.
That's incredible.
So
we played it. Marcus Allen was really good in that game too, if I remember right. So this is dating us a little bit. This goes
simplicity
back, man. It was just real easy, but I was pretty good at that game. We played a lot of that up at Mimi and Poppy's back in the day.
Yeah, there's a great YouTube video of Bo Jackson running out the clock.
Yes,
as they chased him.
going in circles.
Winning 28-0 because it was just, him running the clock out at any moment. So, yeah, that would be the beginning of our football video game deal. Of course, we played all the normal things that people play, Mario Brothers, all those games, any of the superhero games we were in. And then I guess the next jump for us would have been Bill Walsh College Football, 92, which is an important year to any Alabama fan that is our age. I guess I was 12, you were around 13. And Bill Walsh was really cool because it had all of the college football teams that had won national championships. And of course, Alabama was just coming off. It was the best teams. Some of them were not national championships because, Auburn had a team on there.
Right. But it was Bo Jackson.
It was Bo Jackson. Little shade there, but it was Bo Jackson. It was before 98, so I don't know which Tennessee team that would have been that was on there. But nonetheless, that didn't stop us from being complete and utter nerds, just as we still are today.
I think it wasn't just national championship teams. I think it was the best teams, like somebody. So it would say like the year and their team. So some of those were national
like Tennessee 76, Bama 92.
Bama had a 78 or 70 something on there.
There were several
they
teams.
Had a 70 on
that
there.
Predates like the season mode. That game didn't have a season mode at all. Caleb Sampson in the house. It didn't have a season mode at all. In fact, you had to create your own season. And Ben, was that that you would call me and call offensive plays?
Oh yeah, I think we did that quite a few times.
So we were online play before there was online play, and so I guess Ben would call me or I would call him when we couldn't be around each other. I was a defense coordinator, he was the offense coordinator, and we called offensive plays. And the 92 team for Alabama had a monster defense, so that was like the easiest part for me for the game to play defense.
Yeah, it was so much fun. I mean, I've never been one who knows games really, really well, or knows plays. So I just like randomly pick things. You always have, had the mind of a football player, but I'm like, I like this rush. This looks good. Let's go.
Run that one.
Always had a good time doing that. So.
Yeah, we were head coachless, but I think we did okay. I may or may not have created a top 25 every week. After the games were played,
you took it a lot more serious, I think, than I did.
Yeah, welcome to my world. Yeah.
Of course, we've established pretty well that you have a mind for it because at lunch a little bit ago, I said, do you know all of Alabama's records? And you started it when the year before Nick Saban started, and gave me all the records plus all the details of every year. And I'm like,
I have an excuse.
My mind doesn't do that very well.
It was very memorable.
It's been memorable.
The losses were few.
Yes.
But still stung, which makes them hurt actually a little worse, I think. And some of you out there who root for teams are probably like, shut up.
But we remember the dark ages.
Yes, we do. We were around for those. And so video games there for a while was our only way of seeing Alabama have success.
That's right. That's exactly what it was. We were during those eras going, okay, we can relive 92 over and over and over and over again by playing them on the video games. So Bill Walsh was huge. And then, at some point somebody created the craziness that is Blitz.
Yeah, Blitz was a big
it's like an NFL
Reed Hardiman deal for me.
Thing.
Yes. And so it's like, it was in an NFL stadium. It was NFL players, but you could absolutely hit people late. In fact, that was the fun part of it, right? And so I can vividly remember Chapel ending at Freed, everybody running, sprinting back to the dorm, and then playing Blitz until you absolutely had your next class, or you had to go to lunch, or maybe you went to lunch, then went and played Blitz. But I can remember Nathan Hart getting very upset.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the first place I played Blitz.
Really?
Because Blitz was always on the games,
the arcade
games at different places. So you could play Blitz in there, and I think I remember like Godfather's Pizza had a Blitz or something. One of the restaurants here in town had a Blitz, and then it came out on video games, and you're like, yes, now I can play it all the time because you always had to feed it quarters to play.
Yeah,
so.
And so leg drop
again, dating ourselves.
The Hulk Hogan leg drop. in the game. You could basically tombstone pile drive people in the game.
Pick them up.
And I know here recently, we won't skip that far ahead. I know recently they've had games that were almost like Mortal Kombat, like you do the X-rays, like you drop them on their head and it goes in and you're like, and you see all these broken bones and stuff. And I'm like, ooh, that gives me a headache to watch it once again, dating ourselves.
And going back to Bill Walsh, I don't think any football game before Bill Walsh, like Tecmo Bowl, you couldn't get like late hits or penalties or things like that. But Bill Walsh was pretty harsh on it. And I remember always enjoying like diving at the quarterback late. I usually got in trouble because you would be like, will you quit hitting the quarterback again? Because I dive into him late and get a flag about every time. So
smashing them.
It's always my favorite.
Well, we're under the minute, an hour and 50 minutes till the game is released. We're here at TITUS Camp on the campus of Heritage Christian University. So we've mentioned Faulkner, we mentioned going to Freed, and now we're coming to you live from Heritage Christian University, touching all the bases.
All the bases today.
But yeah, we're matching. We're not matching in honor of the college football game coming out. We're not ready to, be on the sidelines, but it is for TITUS Camp, and it works out nicely. Although it is Ole Miss blue and red, but it's okay.
That's true.
It's all right.
Was this last year's shirts? I noticed
so.
A couple of years ago.
I can't remember. So I guess we're on to Madden. Was that the next?
Yeah, probably. And Madden.
How long did this? I don't know which one was first. I'm not sure.
Which
Madden
one?
Or EA Sports. Well, they're both EA Sports.
Yeah. Madden was the
I think Madden was
NFL.
First. Yeah, Madden was first. Madden jumps on the page, and man, that's always fun. You can go on YouTube and you can see the gameplay for all these games we've mentioned, and just see like the leap. And
the
first Madden came out, and it was like, oh, look at the graphics, it's crazy. And now, of course, what we'll be enjoying here in a little while makes that all look sick.
Well, Tecmo Bowl was always, like everything else, right to left. It was all that. And it was just like, these little bitty guys that were very much cartoonish. And then college, the Bill Walsh College Football was different because it played down the field.
Yes.
So you could see down the field. And then it was, for the day, it was, but they had little screens that would pop up with almost like a TV replay, and it looked semi-realistic, and then now when you look at games now, it literally looks like you're watching a ball game.
Yeah, if you go, and we left out one game, or maybe you mentioned it, I can't remember the name of the game, which really defeats the point, but the one on Nintendo, we played it, Mary and Jack, and that you mentioned the screen, left to right. It was angled. And that, I will say, that's the one game that I never ever mastered. Like, I hated playing you in that because you were so much better than me. And then of course Mary and Jack, he's going back to Jack and Mary's house, but he had that little handheld deal.
Oh yeah,
with a little football stadium on it.
Yeah, you could play it.
It was crazy. So
take it anywhere.
We couldn't get enough of football.
If we weren't playing football in the yard, we were playing football at the video screen. And like I said, we were some of the first generation, I guess, that started spending a lot of time in front of video games. And they've just gotten better as we've gotten older. And so we're 44 and still, or 43 and 44.
So I'll be
44.
I've got mine downloaded. I did purchase get it early. And so at 3 p.m. today, I'll have access. I don't know, since I am at TITUS Camp, whether I'll play it as soon as it gets out, but I'm going to try. I'll be found trying. And
we might play it together tomorrow.
Yeah, we might play it a little bit. Might record some of that just for funsies, because we will be at lost. I'm still trying to figure out the PS5. And so we can't leave out, I know we started to mention the Madden games, but the last EA Sports college football obviously has had impact on us, because you hear Blake Holloman at the beginning of our recorded episodes say BAT, it's in the game. That's from EA Sports. EA Sports, it's
in the game. Ours is BAT, it's in the name.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
And so I mentioned
copyright laws.
Yeah, I mentioned that because you can join our team. Ben and I are both raising money for St. Jude. We'll have disco dodgeball here in a couple of weeks to raise money. We've got
some sponsors. We've already got some, but we can use some more.
TLC, we'll go ahead and give them a shout out. The Transform Ladies Conference, their deadline to sign up, I think, is July 31st. They're sponsoring our disco dodgeball tournament for St. Jude, along with Challenge Youth Conference, which I'm sure their registration is open or still yet to be. So you got plenty of time. But if you want to go to TLC, and we encourage you to do that, Whitney has went and spoken before. I know Kenya's on the board or works with them in some way. And all I've heard are good things. So I appreciate them sponsoring for, I guess, maybe the third year in a row. They may have been.
I think they've been coming, since
and then, of course, Studio 23 has jumped on. They're going to be presenting sponsor of the Golden Wrench. The championship trophies, because we give one to the overall champ, and then there's one for the adult division and the youth. So one of those wins the big one, and then the other one wins the other one. So be sure to join us August 17th. We'll be live streaming just like this. Can't be at Marcel Bible School. You can live stream and interact with us. We'll be announcing. And of course, it's all to raise money for St. Jude. And I mentioned that because a part of my fundraising, we are creating, as soon as that may be the first thing I do, is create the Ben and Travis Echoes on College Football 25. If you donate $15 to my St. Jude fundraising, I'm going to put you on our team, give you a roster spot. You get to pick. A couple of those are already taken. Ben's the starting QB, number one wide receiver. Blake's at running back. Will Mayan at tight end. Josh Thorne, panel of dislikes, going to be a cornerback. And, of course, Bradley is our middle linebacker. But outside of that, all the spots are open. All the spots are open. So we'd love for you to join us on there. $15 gets you on, and it'll be a lot of fun. I'll be starting as soon as I can a league with the Ben and Travis Echoes. So. Hey folks, on August 24th, join us at the Marriott Shoals Conference Center for the 2024 Heritage event, sponsored by Heritage Christian University. This year, we're proud to have Ricky Skaggs and Kentucky Thunder headlining. Experience an incredible evening of bluegrass music while supporting a great cause. All proceeds are used to prepare students for thriving ministries worldwide. Secure your tickets at hcu.edu today, and I'll see you there. So, Ben, in your lifetime, okay, throwing this at you, and those of you listening, if you have the ability to comment, we'd love to know your answer to this question. Who is the most video game player that you've watched in real life? Like, it seems like he was created
to play
to be a video game, in a video game, put up stats. I know Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson's off the table. We're eliminating him. We all agree for that. But we'll stick to football. Who do you think is Mr. Video Game? Did things that this guy is not real.
If we're throwing Bo Jackson out, that's an obvious answer. Just ridiculous. I could think of a few other guys that were good, but I'd have to go with King Henry. Derrick Henry, his just throwing people around in real life. Mm-hmm. He was the real life blitz player at times. Not after the play, but just the way he could manhandle people and, stiff arm them all the way down the field or throw them or whatever he wanted to do.
Anytime, somebody, and of course your answer,
and Travis loves play him enough.
The Travis loves Haiti.com question of the day answer for men is Derrick Henry, and it's a good one. Who else out there are you going, hey, would you, for $1 million, would you try to tackle Derrick Henry? And it gives you pause, right? I don't know. There's not a lot of people out there that I wouldn't be pay me the money. Derrick's one of those guys that makes you go, I don't know about that.
I don't want anything to do with it.
And Jeff Tabner, great friend, listener of the show, he kind of sent us the West Virginia team that was the most video game worthy offense. And I can't remember the guy's first name that was the quarterback. I shouldn't have brought it up, but he's going to be upset with me that I can't remember.
After you.
But I want to say it was something White was the quarterback of that West Virginia team, and very accurate. He was very much all over the place. But Personally, from an Alabama standpoint, this is going to be weird to say because some of you are going to be like, who? David Palmer was one of those guys.
David Palmer was incredible.
He
was good on that 92 college football game.
Before the meme, Julio Jones down there somewhere. David Palmer was that guy. David Palmer's down there somewhere. Or maybe we'll just snap it to him and let him run quarterback.
Give it to him and go.
And so he would be like an Alabama guy. Of course, we both named Alabama guys. But, Mike Vick.
Everybody knows
Michael Vick is that guy.
He was good.
Just an absolute cannon. Attached to his arm. I have heard that you can't just use any offense. Like you have to use an offense that's similar to the one. In the old games, you could go, oh, I got Jalen Milroe. I think I'm going to go with the triple option, and you're in trouble. I don't think you can do that in this game.
You got to go with their offense.
You have to go with Alabama's offense, and that's kind of sad because that would be awesome to see Jalen Milroe run.
See it across the board.
The triple option, good luck with that. But we certainly hope that you guys enjoy. There are things that we just enjoy that are just silly. This is one of them. I try not to take it too seriously. I've not destroyed too many controllers, but I'm not saying I haven't destroyed some controllers.
I've thrown one or two down a few times.
Yeah, that's the only worry with bringing the PS5 to Heritage for TITUS Camp is that someone will chunk one. And I hope it's not me first. But if Whitney, I know you're not watching, but if you are, please don't get in the comments and tell about that one time where the controller didn't quite make it. Well, after I was old enough to have zero excuses as to the mistreatment of a controller. But maybe we'll have some gameplay. We'll maybe live stream some of that as we play, if we can behave. But coming to you from Heritage Christian at TITUS Camp, we hope that you have a great day, and we'll talk at you soon. Anything else, Ben?
No, it's been fun. It's always fun to relive some of those moments and take some time for yourself today. Something fun, whether it's playing a video game, it's going and playing some frisbee, disc golf or frisbee golf or golf for real, whatever. Take care of yourself this week and do something fun.
Peace out, people.
Hey, Dodgeball Daredevils, ready to jive and dodge for a cause? Swing by the Staying Alive Disco Dodgeball Tournament at Mars Hill Bible School in Florence, Alabama on August the 17th. Head to benandtravis.com/dodgeball to snag your or your team's spot and support St. Jude Children's Hospital. Let's dodge, dip, dive, duck, and donate our way to victory. It's going to be a blast, so don't miss out. Sponsorships are now available. For more information, email hello@benandtravis.com.
Thanks for being with us for this episode of the Helping Healing Humor podcast. Be sure to download our free ebook, 28 Days of Focused Living, at benandtravis.com and receive all of our Helping Healing and Humor extra content directly in your inbox. We look forward to having you join us at the same Ben and Travis time, same Ben and Travis channel.